Move on now, and perhaps not do, but talk a bit about the next scene in Shylock's house, and Shylock with his daughter Jessica. What about that?
I have to confess now that whenever this scene ended, I always felt that the substance of the play was over for me. It was for me. Why are you laughing?
No,
it was for me that gave me consistently the greatest satisfaction in the play. It differs in one important way from every other scene in the play. It is the only private scene. It's the only non-public scene in the play. Shylock is not on show. For me, the fact that in the other four scenes he was in the public eye meant that he was always under pressure to perform in some way, to appear as some kind of personality. He's an actor, isn't he, Shylock? In this scene, it is not necessary. It is home, the one place where acting and performance, apart from being unnecessary, cannot be accepted. So it was for me the scene in which I wanted to show the real man, the true man that lay underneath these wonderful multicolored disguises. And the man that I wanted to show was a man deeply unhappy, embittered, a man from whose life love had been removed, and therefore Jessica was a creature who could give him no love, nor could he return it. I found it a harsh, bitter, unhappy scene, and lay at the very heart of the part for me. And it was always a sad moment when we left it.
Yes, I was always so relieved when I left it. Every time I got to this scene, both in rehearsal and performance, oh dear, I never found it. I never found the right way, well, for me, the right way to play the scene. Absolutely right. Shylock is on his own, and also right that in the text there's almost, I remember you pointing out to me, hardly any word of endearment to the daughter. My main concern was that being such a short scene, the only scene that he's with his daughter, as you say, he's replaced his wife. Yeah. And I was desperate to give Jessica the necessary reasons for doing what she did. She takes an enormous amount of money. One's talking in terms of thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pounds. She does most of his business. And my aim was to make her feel smothered. And to make her feel claustrophobic by his over-possessiveness. Yes. And by doing that, I had problems, because very often I found I had to bend the lines to let me do it. And I didn't quite find it. If I ever do Shylock again, it'll be to get that scene right. But I didn't get it right, and it was a problem for me.
Well, what about the daughter? What did you feel about Jessica? How much do you care?
How much to care for her?
Yeah.
The caring is enormous, but so much has, because of his concentration on survival, so much has been killed in Shylock. The real, natural, warm, human, affectionate, loving responses have been cauterized in the man. And she is a victim of it, and therefore it is impossible to show the undoubted, unquestioned love that lies there, but it's so far down it can never be tapped. In our production, remember, we had a controversial moment. I hit her. I struck her very hard.
Did you?
And after the blow, made some attempt for a reconciliation. Perhaps I will return immediately, but by then the damage is done, and of course she will reject it.
And really behind that's the point you made about the commercial mind of Shylock, because in the end the money matters to him more than his daughter when we go on to the scene in the Rialto.
Yes.
So the love is not as deep as that money love. Yeah. Why don't we have a go at a bit of the Rialto now?